Hi guys, Action 007 Cinema here. Warning, spoilers ahead. Today, I'm going to recap one of the best action drama movies released in 2012, called Winning Streak. This movie is based on the life story of Gonzalo Garcia Pelios Segovia and tells us about three Spanish guys who create a computer system to legally win money at the casinos. How do they do that? What are they going to do? Let's find out. A man named Gonzalo Garcia Pelios has an addiction to gambling because he believes all the games in the casino must have a gap and a chance to make him win. But at that time, Gonzalo cannot find a surefire method, so he runs out of billions. On the other hand, Laguna, commonly called the Beast, is the manager of the casino, who at that time insults Gonzalo by throwing one coin chip at him because Gonzalo keeps on losing. Gonzalo, who feels he could always win, ran out of possessions and lay unconscious from a heart attack. One day, Gonzalo meets his son named Ivan. He is one of the musicians who is going to tour in various cities. At that time, Gonzalo asks Ivan to run the methods that he has found in the game of roulette. He says that he found this method while he was in the barbershop where a child was playing the labyrinth board and the ball always went into the same hole because the board had been broken. Gonzalo thinks it would also apply to the game of roulette. A little damage, even a microscopic crack, could make the ball fall to the desired number. At first, Ivan is not sure because his father had always lost in the casino, but this time his father is very confident, even planning to make the team and buy his son a Harley if he wins. Meanwhile, they see a Chinese woman named Shui who is singing quite chaotically. The next day, Ivan plans to make a team, because he does not want to destroy his father's trust in him. He gathers them one by one from his family. It starts with his sister, but she refuses the invitation because she already has the job she wants as a journalist. Then, Ivan meets his uncle and tries to convince him. His uncle, who is fed up with the fishy smell at his workplace, finally wants to join him. Ivan goes to see his two nephews, who eventually agree to his offer. After his family is collected as a team in a restaurant, they devise a plan in which they are going to place bets with the same number, noting all possible numbers that would come out and be helped by Gonzalo's computer program. Ivan's nephew asks them if this is legal or not. Gonzalo insists that there are no rules prohibiting a person from placing a bet on the same number, and they finally agree. After that, they are busy looking for a TV remote to see Ivan's sister's broadcast. But when Ivan asks for a TV remote, he is reunited with Shui, whom he saw in the cafe yesterday. Tomorrow night comes, the four of them come to a casino and sit in each of the places they have planned. Feeling the method is going well, Ivan contacts his father and says that all his plans worked. But when he returns, Ivan sees his uncle is flirting with two girls. His nephews also are playing with the machine games. He feels that they cannot be managed and takes them home. After getting out of the car, Ivan expresses his emotions and feelings from his heart about those problems. If it continues like this, it's better for his team to disband. Ivan also says that he will continue to carry out his plans even without them. Finally, Ivan's family realizes their mistake and will really run it this time. They name their team the Pelios. One night, they return to the casino with so much confidence. Eventually, they are able to beat every casino, even for the following nights, so that they reap a lot of profits. The casino's manager is now suspicious of Ivan's team, where they always raise bets but still place it on the same number. Because it makes a lot of losses for its casino, Laguna orders his henchmen to find out who Ivan and his team are. Now, Ivan already has a Harley motorcycle that he once craved. When he enters a cafe, Shui calls him because she likes the Harley Ivan uses. After that, he and his family gather to celebrate his victory, which also happens to be his uncle's birthday. His nephew is carrying someone named Ingrid. Ingrid herself is one of the workers at Laguna's casino. They don't care who she is and continue their party with so much fun. After finishing the party, it turns out across the road, Laguna's spy has been watching. He photographs Ivan's family, including Ingrid. After a week ends, the spy gives all the data he has gotten to Laguna and explains every Ivan's family's identities. In the evening, Ivan's nephew is leaning in an empty bathtub and is also raising and perfecting Gonzalo's gambling methods. The next day, when Ivan meets Shui, She asks Ivan to invite her to ride his Harley one day. Ivan is silent. Why does Ivan keep on meeting Shui? Because Shui does work in a cafe that Ivan always comes to. Laguna, who already knows everything, calls and asks Ingrid to stay away from Ivan's nephew, or she will be fired. The night comes, the Pelios goes to the casino again. When they are about to enter the place, Ivan forgets to bring the membership card. Thus, they are led by Ivan's nephew that night. It turns out that Ivan lied to the Pelios. He goes to meet Shui and take her for a walk with his Harley. Meanwhile, in the casino, Ivan's nephew tries the method he has learned and perfected from Gonzalo's method. As a result, the Pelios loses big time, even though they owe billions of dollars in loans for the night. Ivan's uncle contacts Ivan and tells him everything. Hearing that, Ivan immediately rushes to the casino and finds them fighting in the bathroom, and he directly takes them home. The next day, they gather again. Gonzalo decides that the debt to loan sharks must be paid by Ivan's nephew and Ivan, because Ivan is considered irresponsible, and the Pelios' leadership is now handed over to Ivan's uncle. Ivan must be willing to sell his favorite Harley motorcycle to pay off the debt. One night, the Pelios launches another of their stunts at the casino. Laguna wonders why they act like nothing is happening after losing a lot of money before. Ivan's uncle loses his focus and seems so tired. The next day, Ivan sees his uncle working again at the fish market because his uncle decides to get out of the team, and his leadership is handed over again to Ivan. Because they need one person to replace Ivan's uncle, finally Ivan invites Shui to join. It looks like she already understands the methods of Gonzalo. She also plays very well. Laguna, who sees Ivan's sister as the newscaster on TV, asks his friend about the owner of the TV channel to fire her. As a result, at home, Ivan's sister is angry at her father and brother because her dreams as a journalist must run aground due to their actions. Ivan and Gonzalo go to see Laguna. Laguna says that the Pelios will be blacklisted and should no longer come to his casino. But Gonzalo bluffs and says that he will report to the top party about the blacklist, despite playing fair and legal. This action worries Laguna a bit. The following night at another casino, the Pelios wins a lot, resulting in a big loss to the casino. The next day, when they are relaxing in a hotel, suddenly someone knocks on the door. It turns out that it is Ivan's uncle who wants to rejoin them. The following nights, the Pelios continues to win, until one night, Ivan is being called by the casino's owner, and they make a deal that they should no longer play in his casino, providing that they are going to be paid a fantastic fee. They are delighted and celebrate their victory. The Pelios feels that they are making a new history. The next day, they relay the good news to Gonzalo about their victory, but Gonzalo asks them to do it again, as he is more concerned about his revenge to Laguna instead of the money. The Pelios actually wants to retire, but because of Gonzalo's insistence, they finally decide to do it again, because he has already got official permission from the higher-ups to play in Laguna's casino. That night, the Pelios comes to Laguna's casino, but this time, Gonzalo himself will play. By then, all roulette casino tables has already been replaced by Laguna, so Gonzalo has a hard time guessing the numbers out. Gonzalo loses so much that his daughter, who sees him, could not bear it and leaves to meet her nephew, who also does not want to see his uncle lose a lot. She and her nephew come back to support Gonzalo, but all of the Pelios' possessions are almost depleted in the game that night, and there are only a few last coins left. Gonzalo imposes his will. He puts up in the red 14, which if it loses, the Pelios' effort from the beginning will be in vain. In the final seconds, it looks like Laguna himself will run his roulette. Unfortunately, the ball falls right next to the number 14 that Gonzalo chose. Laguna again insults Gonzalo and the Pelios team, but Laguna's henchmen say that at other tables, the Chinese friends of Shui have bankrupted the casino. It turns out that it is all Ivan who made the plan. In the end, Gonzalo replies to Laguna by throwing a coin at him as he has done to him before. We know that problems always have weaknesses, and there is always a chance to succeed and rise from it, which means our job is to find the solutions by constantly trying and improving every opportunity at its best. What would you do if you were in their position? Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Thank you for watching. And as always, see you next time.